Hello. How can I help?
Yeah, I got 2 rooms left. Showtime.
Thank you for joining us for another movie lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo, and today I want to talk to you guys about Hotel Artemis. This movie's already been out a couple of weeks, and I just had the pleasure of seeing it. And it's loaded with an all-star cast. This is a writer-director combo, which is something I always look forward to. The writer actually being able to get their vision out onto the screen. Jodie Foster, Sterling K. Brown, Sophia Boutella, Jeff Goldblum, Batista, Zachary Quinto, Charlie Day, Jenny Slate, you name it. This movie was loaded, much like the concept. Just want to let you know it will be spoilers involved, so if you haven't seen it, please come check us out after you got a chance to watch it. With that being said, I'm just going to dive right in. Hotel Artemis, it takes place in the very near future, 2028, in a riot-filled LA. The government is charging for fresh water, and the city's in turmoil, riot, and it's already organized crime field day out there. Now, the Hotel Artemis is a safe haven for criminals, which you guys should already know if you've seen the movie. And you got to have a membership. It's a secret membership that every major city has. And you got to pay for that membership to get safe haven in there, whether you need to just hide, you need some emergency surgery or whatnot. This movie throws different characters into this situation, trying to avoid the riot, trying to survive bullet wounds, whatever, and then you get each and every person's story arc, which overlaps, and you have your drama. Overall, this movie was pretty good, but I gotta say, it could have been so much better. From start, I was so glad to get something original, to an extent, something different, and it was set in the future, so there was really no limits to what they can do or excuses to the tech they had. But they also wrote themselves into a hole. Sterling K. Brown's character, who I consider the lead, he was concerned about his brother had stole from Jeff Goldblum's character, the Wolf King, and that once they found out, there was no way they could survive it. Well, my biggest issue with that is that the Wolf King had his own issues, and him and his son, they were trying to survive the riot and bullet wounds and stuff. They had no idea that had even been stolen, so that sense of urgency and that panic and them putting themselves in harm's way to try and escape, it was lost on me. It was pointless. And that was the biggest thing, because I was watching this thing at first, and it was a 10 for me. It was a 10, and as I'm watching, I'm like, yes, keep it coming. This is cool. This is different. 10, but then it dropped to a 9, because one, it wasn't stylized as far as the cinematography. I mean, it had a good look, good color scheme, but I just thought it was going to be a little bit more cinematic, and then also was built on trust. The writing issues that I saw there, and then there was other little moments that bothered me. Early on, they were robbing the bank and they couldn't get in the vault. The manager wouldn't open it, but they used some tech to melt down a wall to escape the building. Why couldn't they melt down the safe, or at least say why it wouldn't work, or something to that effect? So there's a lot of little moments like that where they were just losing me. But I still overall enjoyed it. I still thought it was cool. I liked the opportunity that they left open for a potential sequel, mentioning other cities and things of that nature. I do want to see another one, and I want to see them go all out. I was glad that they took advantage of Sophia's hand-to-hand skills, because I was a little worried about that at first. When you cast her, she can't just be a beautiful face. You gotta let her throw those skills out there, and I was so glad that they gave us that. Batista, they shunned us a little bit on, he had his moment, but they didn't show it. It kind of just insinuated later when you saw him turn the lights back on. But even still, this is something that I did enjoy. But as I said, the writing in certain situations, the build-up that they tried to do with Jeff Goldblum killing Jodie Foster's son, it kind of came out of nowhere. There was no hinting towards it or anything of that nature. It should have been more setup or idea of who they thought, how he thought he died or whatever, and then let him trip up later. But it just came out of nowhere that he just mentioned it and she was like, figured it out. And I just thought it was a little weak. But I'd like to know you guys' thoughts on that. But anyway, if you saw this movie and you actually think that they can bounce back with a sequel, let me know, because this is not, it may be a little bit sloppier, but this is not far from the John Wick realm with their rules and their safe havens and their hotels and things of that nature. And honestly, if they try hard enough, they can combine these universes. I know everybody's probably over and done with John Wick, but I'm not. I feel like that could be, this could be some type of spinoff with some characters that we like from the third John Wick, because I know the third John Wick is going to be his final. But, they could have spinoffs and they can then combine this. It could be in the same universe, it's 2028 in Hotel Artemis. It can still be that same universe. And so if they can get those people involved with the success, the writers of John Wick, and some of that fight choreography, I think we can have a successful, another hotel. Won't be called Hotel Artemis, of course, but it would be in that universe, and I would love to see that. The overall, Sterling K, his whole reasoning for being fearful and risking his brother's health to try and get out, it just didn't add up to me. It did not. I didn't see. For me, nothing is a problem until it's a problem. All right. So yeah, your brother stole from the Wolf King. The guy he stole it from was not with the crew when they showed up to the hotel. So they weren't searching room to room to see who was in there with Jeff Goldblum's character. So hang tight, sit, be quiet, wait, and then when shit goes down, then that's when you deal with it. And I would have wrote it where they were forced to deal with it, but overall there was really no threat, so it just kind of was like pointless. To that effect. So overall, if I have to rate it, I'm going to sadly have to say that it's going to get a 7 out of 10. 7. I was really walking out of there going to give it an 8. I really wanted to give it an 8. But it just didn't wow me enough. So 7 is the overall Movie Lingo rating. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I want to thank you for joining for another Movie Lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo, and we will see you on the next one.
When I walk away, don't jump on my back, okay? If you do, I'm gonna fuck you up for real this time. You don't believe we're on the eve of destruction.